Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome back to another video. My name is Tawanda, and I'm the Migraine Crafting Diva. And on this channel, I do decorating on a budget, DIYs, and hauls with a sprinkle of migraine enlightenment. And today's migraine fact is, migraine medications created for migraine use only didn't receive a drug classification from the FDA until May of 2018. And now that I have given you that migraine fact for today, we're going to go ahead and get started with today's DIYs. For DIY number one, I will be using these plates that I purchased from the Repurpose Project, and they were 25 cents a piece. And I also have some napkins that I purchased from Dollar General that were $1 a piece. And then I will be using the decoupage varnish and glue again. I'm gonna just try it out again to see how it works on the plate, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. So I'm gonna first start off by taking some water and just kind of outlining on the napkins excuse me, the napkins what areas of the that I want to put onto my plate. And so I'm going to go ahead and just start tearing those pieces out, and then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and place them onto the plate how I want them. And then once I have it like I want it, I'm going to go ahead and just take the pieces out, and I'll just place them around the plate so that I'll know exactly where I want those pieces to go back to. So I'm going to start off by the first thing I did was I went ahead and washed all of my plates with some Dawn Power Wash, and then let them dry. And then once that was complete, I'll go ahead and start to decoupage the napkin onto the plates. So I'm going to use the pen tray decoupage varnish and glue, and I'm going to just start off by placing the rabbit in the center of the plate. Excuse me. And then I'll just go ahead and just start to apply the rest of the napkin around the plate. And I'm also using this this like Doppler sponge. I'm not really sure what it's called, but I figured that would be the best thing to use because of the curves in the plates, because I could use that to kind of get down into those grooves so that the napkin would stick better. And then once I did that and I had the plate completely, once I have everything complete, all of the napkins complete on my plate, I'm going to go ahead and take a sanding block. First I used some sandpaper, and then I came back and used a sanding block to get the remaining, the little bits of tissue that I had left, napkin that I had left on the edges of the plate. And then once that was done, I went back over the plate with some more of the decoupage varnish and glue. And then that was it for this DIY. And I did do 4 plates total. They all have the rabbit in the center, but then I just tried to make them a little bit different on the outside. So they're pretty much close to being the same, but a little different at the same time. And I think they actually came out pretty nice. And for 25 cents per plate, and then the napkins being $1 per pack, and there's 16 in the pack, I would probably estimate that I probably spent total on this DIY maybe I'm going to just say $2, but it's probably less than that. It may be between $1.50 and $2 on this DIY. And I'm going to say that these are all thrift flips. Or should I say, well, these are all budget-friendly thrift flips. All of the items that I'm using are from the Repurpose Project, which, I know I've said this in a lot of my videos, but it's one of my favorite places to go and get items to be able to do DIYs because of the prices that the items are. and these plates were only 25 cents a piece. And so that was $1 for 4 plates. And if I would have purchased these plates from the Dollar Tree, it would have cost me $5. So if you have a place like this in your area, I would strongly suggest going there to look for some of the items that you would be using to do some of your DIYs, just to be able to make them budget friendly. So, and I mean, and that is my goal with doing DIYs, is to make them budget friendly. Because I do realize that even going to the Dollar Tree to purchase items, it could still end up being a little expensive. So yes, so that's the reason why I go to the Repurpose Project a lot for my DIY projects. So for DIY number two, I have this bunny that I purchased from the Repurpose Project. She was $1, and then I also have this lace, and I believe the lace I purchased from the Repurpose Project also a while back, and I believe I paid 50 cents for the roll, and I can't remember how many yards it was. I think it may have been like 2 yards. But this DIY is really quick and easy. Originally I was going to paint the rabbit, but I just kept looking at it and I thought, well, you know, she's kind of cute, and I actually kind of liked the way that she looked, and I just decided I wasn't going to paint her. So I just decided to go ahead and just add a bow to her ear. And then when I go to the reveal, you'll see that I also added some flowers to her bow to make her look to look cuter. But yeah, that is it for DIY number two. And we're going to go ahead and move on to DIY number three. So for DIY number three, I have some reindeer moths. I have some transfers, and I believe these transfers came from Amazon, but I'm not really sure. And then I have some birds that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. I have a wood round, and then the bluish, I'm gonna just call it my birdhouse because I'm really not sure what it is, but the turquoise piece came from the Repurpose Project, and I also paid $1 for it. And I started off, the first thing I did was I went ahead and cleaned everything up, and I just loved the color of it, so I decided I wasn't going to paint it. And so what I ended up doing was taking the wood round and using some hot glue and applying some reindeer moss to it. And then I took one of the transfers. So my original plan was to put the bird cage transfer onto the back of the bird cage, but I actually decided I didn't want to do that, so I ended up taking the tree branches and some of the flowers and applying that to the bird cage. So you'll see what I'm doing here. So that was my original plan, and I decided not to go that route, and then I just decided to just add the branches with some of the flowers and leaves, so that I thought that if I did that, then I could just leave this out year round, and I can just put any of the animals. I have a couple of different animals that I could put in there instead of just putting birds in there. But for this DIY, I'll show you two different things. I put some rabbits in there, and I also put the birds in there, but I went ahead and just used the birds instead, because the rabbits, I originally was going to paint those also for this project, and I just decided that I didn't want to because I thought they were too cute. But I'm just gonna have to go back to Dollar General, and hopefully they'll have some more of those same rabbits, and then I'll go ahead and paint those. So here I'm just showing you, it's GSS design transfers. I believe I got those from Amazon. Don't quote me on it. I've had them for a while. So here I am just going ahead and applying the transfers, and I'm going to varnish in between. And then once I have the transfer how I like it and what makes me happy, then I'll go ahead and add the wood round with the moss, and then I'll add the birds, and then I'll go ahead and also show you what it looks like with the rabbits in it. And I'm going to just say that I had a heck of a time getting this video done this week. I recorded 4 different videos, and yesterday I had a migraine for the past 4 days, so finally I had some relief on Saturday. So I started to do my voiceover, and then I ended up having issues with my video editor, and I worked on trying to fix this up until around 3 o'clock this morning, and then finally I just was like, I'm done with this. I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. I was back up at 8 a.m. this morning, and then finally I just decided I was just going to delete the video editor application and then just reinstall it. And I did that, and then thank God it worked. So I was able to do this video. So yeah, it's been a long week and a long journey, but I'm just happy to be able to get this video out. So here I am applying the transfers to my bird cage, and as you can see there's a glass bottom. And now that I'm looking at it, because now I have it in my living room, and I actually have some fairy lights up under it, but the wood round is on top. But now that I'm looking at this, I'm thinking that I may just take the wood round off and then just place the birds in there with the fairy lights at the bottom, so that I'm not sure if it'll just give more light instead of the little bit of light that I'm getting now off of it. So I think I am going to do that. Let me know what you think. But yeah, this is going to be it for this DIY. And there are the little bunnies. Look at how cute those are. And I absolutely love this DIY. But yeah, let me know what you think, and we're going to move right on along. So we're going to move on to DIY number 4, our last and final DIY. And I have this sifter here that I paid $1 for at $1, excuse me, at the Repurpose Project. And I am going to use some of the truffle paint, Waverly truffle paint, and then I have the Waverly white chalk paint also. And so my plan was to paint the ridge of the sifter with the brown paint, and then the rest of it with the white Waverly paint. And then I wanted to take the brown excuse me, and the sifter actually has some raised up letters, and I don't know if you can see those, but I don't know if it's been through a lot of sanding or not. But so I gave it 3 coats of the white chalk paint, and then I also added the truffle paint, and then I tried to just do like a distress, just to wipe some of the white paint off, or I use my sanding block to sand some of the paint off, so that you could actually see the wording, the raised wording from the sifter. But it didn't work out like I wanted it to. So it basically just kind of went back and just put more of the white chalk paint on it and just left it as is, because I tried several times and I just could not get the look that I wanted, even with trying different paints. So I basically just went ahead and just painted it white, and then I took my sanding block, and then I just sanded it a little bit, but then I didn't get what I wanted. So then I took it outside, and then I used my sander to sand it down just a little bit more, and also to make it a little bit more smoother than it was. And then I took another one of those transfers, the one with the basket and the eggs, and I love those transfers. They are so beautiful. So I used my transfer with my little tool that came with it, and I just made sure also that I burnished after I finished applying the transfer. And then once that was done, I have some lavender picks that I had purchased from, I want to say Dollar General. I think they were $2 a piece. And I have some eggs that I purchased from Walmart, and they were 54 cents a piece. And I went ahead and I just applied the lavender and the eggs into the sifter, and that was it for this DIY. And as I was taking the pictures for the reveal, I decided that I thought that the eggs were missing something, so I went back and I took some of that lace and added a bow to the middle egg, and then I just tied some of the Dollar Tree lace around the other two eggs, and then I just placed them back into the sifter, and you'll see that in the reveal. So yeah, here I am just showing you the eggs and the lavender. Here I am just applying everything, and yeah, that is it for this DIY. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoy them. And again, my name is Tawanda, and I'm a migraine crafting diva, and I would like to thank you for spending the day with me. And if you like what I am doing, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And like I always say, be nicer, be kinder. God will love you for it, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you next Sunday. Goodbye.